Hey y'all, how you doing? Excuse me, got a frog in my throat. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to vacuum seal some jars. I've got the apples that I dehydrated. I'm going to vacuum seal the jars just so it lasts longer. I've got some pasta that I got at a good price, and they come in just boxes, and the boxes don't really protect them from anything. So I put them in jars like that so that they'll stay fresh until I need them. I'm also going to make some bags. I mean, I've got some, they're not the food saver bags, at least not these ones. I've got a box of food saver bags because I couldn't get the ones I normally get on Amazon. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on the bags that are already sealed like this, that are bags, I'm going to go ahead and use them and vacuum seal around this bag so it'll have double protection. But on bags I already have open and have sitting in a Ziploc, I'm going to go ahead and vacuum seal those just so they'll stay fresh until I need them. And on the, I'm trying not to show, brands or anything. On the ones that just come in boxes, they have absolutely no protection at all. Just like these had no protection at all. So I'm going to make bags and put these, vacuum seal these as well so they'll stay fresh. Now I got these for like $1 a piece, and it was a really great price. And we do tend to have spaghetti a lot, especially baked spaghetti. It's one of my daughter-in-law's favorite meals, and I make it for a family day. So it's good to have these spaghetti noodles laying around. Now these particular ones are veggie noodles. They're not pasta. So they're healthier for us, and basically they're delicious. They taste just like regular noodles, only they're healthier. So I like to get these whenever I can. And they're not always available. I mean, every now and again our store runs out. And when they do, I go ahead and I have to wait until they get some more back. So when they get them back in, I get several boxes just so that I have them when I'm ready. And you gotta excuse me, my eyes are going everywhere here. I still haven't figured out exactly where I need to be looking. So I apologize for that. But anyway, that's what we're going to be doing today, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, so stay tuned. Oh, and I forgot to mention completely, the jars will be sealed with this food saver lid, this food saver thingy here. They sell them on Amazon. If you want, I could put a link to it down below. And I'll be using my food saver machine with this little attachment that comes with it. But you don't have to use a food saver machine. You can get these and use a brake bleeder, and it works out great. I learned that from Rain Country, and it is some of the best advice you can get, because if this food saver dies on me, I don't want to have to wait until I get another one to be able to seal off my jars with dry goods. I can just use the brake bleeder, and it's clean, it's sanitary. All it's going to do is suck the air out of the jars. So just wanted to point that out to you. This one is for the wide mouth jars. I do have one that's for the regular mouth jars. And they do, when you use them, one thing that happens is that this little blue ring will come off every time you take it off with the regular size jars. I don't know why. But this one seems to work really good and seems to stay in place really well. And if it does come out, all you do is just pop it right back into place. But the reason I use this more often is that I usually buy wide mouth jars. I prefer wide mouth jars. It's easier to get stuff in and out of the jars. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and finish getting set up here, and then I will go ahead and shift the camera so y'all can see. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is the jars, because they're easy. I don't have to make custom size jars. They're already there. So like I do the bags. So you take the part that says to vacuum sealer. And now this is the one that comes with it, with the food saver itself. When you buy these, they come with one of these as well. So even if you don't have a food saver, you can buy the food saver lid things, and they will also come with one. I forgot to plug my thing in, but it's okay, it's right here. And one of the things about the brake bleeder that's probably a better option is that the heating element in this machine, when you hit vac and seal, it vacuums, but then it goes through the whole sealing process, which makes this get hot up in here, and that could cause some damage. So when you're using the brake bleeder, you don't have that issue, you just seal it. But for right now, I'm just going to use this. Maybe some other time I'll show you how to use the brake bleeder. But for now, this is all I'm going to use. So you take off your ring. You be sure that you put what is in here and what date that you're sealing it, or the date that you put it in the jar, because this is a couple of days later. You put that right over the lid, and then you turn it on, you put it, it has a little switch on the side, you put it on operate, and you hit vac and seal. Now it's going to get a little noisy. Need to troubleshoot. Don't know what's going on. It does not seem to be sealing, and I don't know why this is going on. So let's see again what's going on here. This is all in there properly. Let's try that again. Let's see. Is this on? That's on. That's on. We'll try that again. Maybe it's just taking time. Okay. This is not working. I don't know why. Jar's okay. The lid's okay. So I disconnected this, and I went ahead and put the one that was already in a bag into a long vacuum bag, and I went ahead and sealed it, and it's working. So it's not my machine that's not working. It's working on this sort of thing anyway. So as you can see, this is sealed. It's sealed tight, so it'll last a whole lot longer. And the next time I want whole wheat linguine, then here it is. Okay, so I'm going to continue. Let's see, let me make another one. Let me make another one and see, so you can see how I do this, because I need to show you, not so much tell you. Here's about half a pack. That is still in this one bag, but you know it's not going to be fresh for long if it stays in this bag. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave at least 2 fingers width here so that I can seal the one side. Let's see. And then same thing on the other end. So I'm going to cut it long. And I hope the background news isn't bothering anyone. I listen to it just so that I can keep up with all the garbage stuff that's going on these days. I'd like to call it something else, but I won't. There's just too much nonsense, too much baloney going on these days. And this government is getting out of control. But that is a subject for another time and another channel, not this one. Okay, so I'm going to make sure this is tight, just so that it doesn't, all come out. I probably should just take it out. You know what? I'm just going to take it out. It'll be that much easier to do. It'll probably scatter everywhere, though. This spaghetti or linguine will probably just spread out in this bag and go everywhere. But that's okay. We can do that. See how this sealed? Right there? So you got to have the one side sealed. Let's see if I can kind of keep this toward the center. It's going to be hard because, whenever you have anything that's loose. And I had a few pieces fall on the floor. That's okay though. Push it down to the bottom. And then I'm going to turn this around. And this is really, I cut it a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut a little bit off on the end here. I guess the bag was a little deceitful, so cut a little bit of that off, put that on here, lock it down, hit back and seal. And there we go. And I'm going to do the fettuccine noodles and the noodles in these boxes in the exact same way. And this way, they will remain nice and fresh. No oxygen in there to ruin them. And I am going to, on this one, I am going to write what I put on here. And on the other one, since I can see the label, I'm going to put the date that I vacuum sealed it on there, just so I know what's in here and what the date was that I vacuum sealed it. And then I'm going to try and figure out what's going on with my jar sealer, and I will be back with that in just a few minutes, okay?
As somebody who runs a conservative group, this is not organized. This is a spontaneous pushback from a lot of parents. Their politics might be different from mine, who believe that they own their kids' education.
All right, so all the long noodles are done. Here they all are. And now I could take this and put a rubber band around it or get a container to stand it all up in, and I will put it in my pantry, and then next time I need spaghetti, I could just reach in there, open one up, and take it, and that way I know that if I don't use it for 6-8 months, maybe even a year, it'll still be fresh. A lot of the time we'll buy noodles, several boxes of them, and then maybe a box will sit around for a while, and when I go to use it, it has gotten stale. So this way I know that my noodles will not go stale. They will be fresh, at least as fresh as what I got from the store. I can't control the freshness as far as when it was made, but at least from what I got from the store. And it'll stay that way until I use them. Okay? Now I need to figure out this issue, and I think I may have that figured out. I think what's going on is that this jar, although I don't know why this would happen because it's down here. But see, this jar has a little nick in it, which is why I won't can in it. Now, I was assuming that I could still vacuum seal it, but I'm going to put that to the test and try to vacuum seal one of the big jars and see if it happens on them as well. For whatever reason, that does not want to seal. But this apple jar sealed up nice and tight. I do have this outer lid on, but you can see it's sealed on nice and tight. So whatever it is that's going on, it's just that other jar over there. So I'm going to go ahead and do these so you can see how I do them. And then I will figure out what to do. I may just put those noodles, since it's not a whole lot of them, I may just go ahead and put them in a vacuum bag instead, and then just make sure I use these first so I don't crack open the bigger ones. And I know it's not full, and if I do more apples later, I'll go ahead and pop the lid and fill it up. But for now, it's good enough. It's a bit noisy, but that's just the nature of the machine. See, it's doing the seal as well, and that's applying heat inside. That's the only thing I worry about when using this machine to do the jar lids. See, that worked really well. Now, let's see if it's these specific noodles. It shouldn't be. I mean, but we'll find out now, won't we? Nope, it's not the specific noodles because this jar is sealing as well. So whatever's going on, it's that specific jar over there. And I'm not going to stress it. I'm going to probably just put it in a bag and call it good. These will keep, and as long as the seal isn't open, it should keep several years fresh. So I know that if I don't cook with these within the year, I can still open them up and cook with them, and they will still be fresh. And the main idea behind this is I want it to stay fresh for every time I want to use it. So when I want to use it, I will pop the lid, I will pour out whatever amount I want to use, and I will vacuum seal the lid on again, just to keep the remaining amount in the jar fresh. Okay, good deal. Well, that's it. That's it for today, or at least I need to get myself another holder here. This is getting really ridiculous. Anyway, that's it for now. I am going to finish out that other little bit in a bag, and then I'm going to store it all in my pantry. And that's it. I hope this was helpful. I hope, if you do happen to have a Food Saver or whatever other brand it is that you use, that you'll consider doing your pasta that way. It'll last longer. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video or if you found it helpful. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and hit that little notification bell if you want to be informed or notified of any future videos that come up on my channel. Okay? So y'all take care and God bless.